High school, the time filled with friends, football games, and finding out what you're good and bad at. For some, it also includes real-world job experience in a career they're passionate about. For me, my film program was what consumed my life. My friends existed within the program, football games were live broadcast practice, filmmaking was what I was good at. I decided early on what I would dedicate the rest of my life to. My name is Zoe Robinson. I've been involved in video production and film since 5th grade thanks to all of my school's after-school and career programs. Since I started, the film industry in Georgia has boomed. Since the 2008 tax bill, several high-grossing films have been produced in the state. Films like AVENGERS ENDGAME and The Hunger Games Catching Fire have contributed billions of dollars to the state's economy. High school programs are more important than ever to get new talent involved in this ever-growing industry. In making this film, I hope to expand this experience to everyone. High school film programs allow anyone to be involved, no matter their background. Throughout the semester, I have visited the FAME program at the College and Career Academy in Rome, Georgia. Throughout my time, I was able to relive my own experience and reconnect with where my passion began. The kids I met and learned about will change the industry. They are passionate, driven, and above all, having fun pursuing their dreams.
I am Henrinisha Colson.
Julia Harris.
My name is Matt Johnson.
Hello, my name is Abigail Shockley.
My name is Hope Burns.
My name is Olivia Fields.
Each of these students have a unique story that have led them through high school. Each of them are involved with their high school film program, Film, Arts, Media, and Entertainment, or FAME. The program, run out of Floyd County's College and Career Academy, is managed by teacher Mr. Rick Williams.
My main goal for the program was to get the students into filmmaking and share my passion for cameras and filmmaking with them and just get them to learn how to create. I feel that this pathway has had a very positive impact on the students. We learn how to work together and we learn to create, which is really hard to do nowadays. And every day we're always doing something, whether it's filmmaking or scripting or just even brainstorming. And so it's a safe place where people can come and hang out and just learn to work together.
Mr. Williams and this program have made a huge impact on these kids and what they will do after high school.
It really widened my skill set, and it made me realize what I really wanted to do, because I was originally going to go to college for music, but then I was like, this is pretty fun and I'm pretty good at this. And I like the psychology behind the filmmaking, so I was like, maybe I should major in psychology since it interests me so much. I should go to college and do what I want to do instead of what I've been practicing to do for my whole life.
I have to say the teamwork that me and the rest of my friends do in here, because like I said, I thought it was just a one-man show, but it's not. You have to have someone to hold the light, that's the gaffer. You have to have someone who's editing. You have to have someone who listens to the sound, someone who checks continuity. There's so much that goes into it, and finding people that I can work with who are willing to do that with me, I find a lot of joy in that. It's part of the reason why I like coming to school. Like when I don't have this class, I'm not as excited for school, but when I come in here and I know I'm getting to film something with my friends, it's a really positive experience.
It's definitely influenced it a lot more. I've always wanted to do something in the film industry, but I've always been too scared to do it. And to have the opportunity to do something like this, it's been very wild for me, and the fact that it's made me want to pursue it more is amazing, because now I want to do musical theater and stuff like that, and it's very oh my gosh, this is an option for me. So
I think it's impacted me in the way I now can appreciate films a lot better, knowing how much work and dedication goes into them, along with the fact that I know more of what I want to go into in the future.
FAME students get real-world experience with top industry equipment. They are being taught the basics of set operations and how to professionally conduct themselves. This allows for more Georgia natives to be involved in the booming industry.
The importance of having a program like mine in the Georgia area is profound, because Atlanta has become the new Hollywood, and the film industry is absolutely booming here. I mean, it's a $4 billion a year industry that goes right back into Georgia. So pathways like this and programs like this are giving local workforce. So these companies that come in, they can hire local workers, so all that money stays in Georgia, and people can become employed and they don't have to bring in outside work.
The effects of high school programs can already be seen through the careers of a recent University of Georgia grad, Samantha Spinacci, and business owner Sarah Neal.
But when I went to college, there was definitely like a gap in some students who didn't have that in high school, and then who did. You know, it was very basic knowledge, but I came into college saying, okay, I know how to set up a DSLR camera, I know the basic functions, I know how lenses work and how light comes in and things like that, and I can probably set up a 3-point light system if I had like some reference to it. So just like the basic knowledge. Editing is a really big one because a lot of people, it takes them a while to learn how to edit, and I'm still not an expert editor to this day. Like, I'm very proficient. It probably takes me too long to edit stuff because I'm a perfectionist, but just like knowing how to like open and start a new project and being able to like input your footage is like, it takes a while for some people to even learn that. So just like the basic editing and things like that was definitely something that I took from high school that helped me a lot in college. Yeah, and even just like basic general use of a camera. Like, I learned how to use, like, I had a camera before I came into high school because my parents knew I was interested in it. But just like being able to know how to use it and like know what certain functions were, like aperture and like iOS and all that, like I went into college already knowing that, and like so many kids, like some of our classes we were taught that stuff, and I was like, I already know this, like I'm ahead of the game. So
the journalism class was actually what I took that got me started in thinking that I would be involved in media or journalism. That's actually what started the whole process of me discovering that this was kind of what I wanted to do, was be involved with media. So if I had had a more thorough experience in media production in high school, I would have probably been able to hone in on what exactly I wanted to do quicker. For me, it did take my college years, and I ended up actually shifting the emphasis of my degree almost at the end. I didn't have to add any time because I was like almost there with, you know, with all the classes I would have had to take, but I feel like I would have been able to actually integrate myself more into the media production system in my school. But I was in the journalism side, so I kind of had to change sides.
Diversity in the film industry leads to a world of untold stories. Telling stories of different races, genders, and sexualities allows for media to represent the American demographic today.
I come from a diverse family, so I have a different perspective on a lot of topics, and I get to bring that to my writing. You know, but I always make sure it's in a non-biased way because that's how news needs to be. But just by like the stories that I'm interested in covering, I always have found that I have like a different perspective on them. So even if I'm sharing both perspectives of a story, I'm able to bring them to light, and a lot of times they wouldn't get brought to light because, you know, people of color often don't get their stories told, or even women. It's very hard for them to get into the industry, and they're like, you know, why would we want to put you on the front of the camera, or why would we want to give you a chance to be in this industry? And I see so many MMJs and anchors and producers, which is where I'm going now, who are women or people of color or people of different ethnicities that are getting the chance to do this. And it's because we were given opportunities like in high school or middle school programs that taught us that you can do whatever you want to do, and there's people backing you. You know, without Mr. White, a lot of us wouldn't be here. He gave us so much courage to be on TV every single day in high school. I got picked on a lot of times in high school for, you know, wanting to do the news, but look at me today. I just signed a 2-year contract for a major, you know, news corporation, and this is something I've always wanted to do. So I've been able to fulfill my dreams, and without that, I don't know if I would have been here, you know? So I'm super grateful for it, and I definitely think they should continue, because where would we all be without them?
In order for these programs to succeed, they must be funded. Due to the expense that often comes with purchasing higher quality equipment, several schools are overlooked when creating these programs.
In lower income demographics do not have the access to the proper educators nor the proper equipment to be able to contribute to a diversity that reflects in the actual industry. And so what happens is the only people that have access to proper education when it comes to media in high schools are the people of the higher paying demographic. So when it comes to actually being represented in the industry overall, basically what you have is only one demographic that when they were younger, they had more access to the type of equipment that you needed to know about, and also being able to have the right educators that had industry-specific knowledge that, you know, in turn have higher rates.
In order to expand the ability to learn to everyone, we must raise awareness as to why these programs are so important in high schools.
For a lot of reasons, you know, high school is such like a broad like time in your life. You don't really know yet what you're interested in. So if you have the advantage over a lot of other people to be able to be in these programs, you're gaining so much more insight and more information into these industries. So if it is something that you want to continue into, it will benefit you a lot. And I also think high school is a time where, you know, depending on what high school you're at, there is a wide range of races and demographics in those high schools. So by allowing these programs to happen in high school, lots of different types of people are in these programs, and it helps diversify us in the future. I know so many of our peers who are, you know, whether it's in film or any other type of industry where you're picking up a camera or using some type of editing software, they have continued the pathway, and it's just crazy to see that, because who would have known that like one high school program would have like allowed us to you know, to fulfill our dreams this way. You're just like allowing students to know that there's so much more options out there, and like there's a path where you can be creative and, you know, have a creative outlook, but also like help people in a way, because our jobs are pretty cool. Like we get to show a side of the world and a side of life through the lens of, you know, cameras, video, writing, and we get to touch people every day. So why not continue those programs and help a variety of people?
The impact that my program had on me was life-changing, and I want that same opportunity to be available to everyone, no matter their gender, race, social, or economic status. When asked why someone should join a program like theirs, this is what these FAME students had to say.
Do it. I mean, like, if it has something that you like to do, try it out. And if you like it, then do it. If you think it's not for you, then it's okay. You can go into another field, business, cooking, whatever. But my best advice is to just try it and see how you do.
Don't be afraid to like not get involved because there's not any girls already involved. Just freaking go for it, because you're probably gonna have the time of your life.
Let these boys, don't let these men underestimate you, okay? You be that camera woman telling everybody what's going on. You be that boss, all right? But anyways, and it's not just being on camera. You get to learn a whole bunch of different things in that film industry. You want to do makeup, you can do it in this is the pathway to do it. You could literally do it in here. You want to do dance, singing, all types of stuff, you can do it in here. Like, you do not have to lower your expectations or lower your dreams to try to fit in somewhere. Nah, honey, you got to stand out where you are, period.
100% do it. It's gonna be scary in the beginning. It's definitely going to scare you. But if it's what you want to do, and if it's something that makes you happy and you feel comfortable doing it, then do it. Don't hold yourself back or let that little voice inside your head say that you're not good enough to do it, because you are. So always push through that fear and do it.
I love the FAME pathway. I love it here. I don't tell my teacher it enough, but I mean, it's my favorite part about coming to school. If I could just come to this pathway every day, every hour of the day, I would. I love this pathway so much.